All right.
Wow, you're loud.
Everything has now aligned for a brand new year. Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome to 2025 of Falls Count Anywhere with Rhode Island Broadcasting. Erik Dunn here from home in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. Hope everyone is doing well. I can tell you right now, this could be the year that WWE could pass what some people said 24 was the greatest year of all time in the history of the company. 25 could be that year. We've officially kicked off a new era with Monday Night Raw going to Netflix, SmackDown becoming 3 hours on USA, and we are ready to go. The Royal Rumble is alive. Looking at my calendar here, in 3.5 weeks from Indianapolis. I'm breaking down for you the Raw and SmackDown results of the first two shows of the new year and the 5 moments from Raw. So, I want to take a chance to say, hope everyone had a great holiday season. Thank you all for the love and support of last year, and let's keep getting those numbers high. Keep sharing and keep viewing because it helps. You guys have watched me every Wednesday at 5 on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Then Amazon, Google, Spotify, TuneIn, Red Circle, and Podbean podcasts. Tune in as well. Buy me a coffee at RI Broadcasting, where you can help support us. Follow us on our Facebook and our YouTube channels at Rhode Island Broadcasting. Follow us also on Patreon to help support this show or going on daily or Sports Unfolded. And for those that want to be a sponsor for the new year in 2025, your ads can be read right over here. It will not only be heard by people, and they will not also see it from the audio version on Spotify, Amazon, and Red Circle, and many more. For those wanting more information, send an email to Rodrigo at ribroadcasting.media at gmail.com. That's all one word, ribroadcasting.media at gmail.com. Rob will get you on your way, give you all the information you need to be a part of the RIB family. And also, just as a sign out for you as well, that that I'm Done with Sports is entering its third full year officially. Um, my show with that airs tonight at 10 on 990WBOB.com, and so I've kicked off another year. Thankfully, this is the last All Patriots broadcast that I gave for the first show, and we're back to our usual stuff for Boston. So, also, a congratulations to Ron and Eric, because I know that Sports Unfolded has a new home with 990 WBOB as well, and we're basically kind of like neighbors in a way. So we're both, we're not really competing with each other, but we're both fighting for the same thing, which is to make things better because we're here. So good to have some coworkers in that sense as well. With that being said, the first broadcast of 2025 for Falls Count Anywhere is the exclusive property of Erik Dunn Productions, Rodrigo, and Rhode Island Broadcasting for the use of our audience in any publication, reuse, or redistribution by anyone. It's not prohibited and is given the express consent to be shared everywhere and is greatly appreciated. All right. So, with all that out of the way, let's begin and start backwards. The SmackDown results of the first SmackDown of the new year. Back on the 3rd, the results was at the beginning of the show. The undisputed WWE Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, refused the Scottish psychopath Drew McIntyre's help before prizefighter Kevin Owens came out to attack Cody and he brawled. Shinsuke Nakamura, the United States Champion, defeated Andrade, and LA Knight got revenge on Nakamura before declaring he was coming to get his title. And then Solo Sikoa instructed Paul Heyman to hold the Ulafala during tribal combat and to put it on the neck of the true tribal chief when it's over. The DIY and Morrissey Machine Guns for the tag team titles ended in a no contest. Tiffany Stratton is no longer Miss Money in the Bank. She is now the new WWE Undisputed Women's Champion. And then the new bloodline defeated Sami Zayn and the Usos. Now, going over to Raw. Going in order, Triple H kicked it off, and then The Rock made his return to WWE and acknowledged Cody Rhodes to set the stage for Tribal Combat. Roman Reigns is now the undisputed Tribal Chief, and Rock put the Ulafala on top of Roman. And then the major news as well. John Cena has officially begun his 2025 retirement tour. And guess what? He has entered the Royal Rumble in 3.5 weeks in Indianapolis. The week of, what is it? I believe the 29th. Yep, the 29th in 3 weeks. I will have the preview of the Rumble and the whole card to go through it all for you. And we'll also have Ron and I our first predictions of the new year at that point as well. Uh, Rhea Ripley is now the new women's world heavyweight champion. Um, the Undertaker made his return and rode to the ring on his motorcycle before celebrating with the new champion at the entranceway. Jey Uso, main event Jey Uso, got McIntyre on a roll up. Uh, how about this for something stupid? Hulk Hogan got booed. I don't know why he got booed. I didn't listen to his promo, but I didn't care. I was like, why did they boo him? I have no idea. But the main event, CM Punk and Seth Rollins. CM Punk got two go to sleep stones on Seth to get the victory. And Punk has declared the Royal Rumble as well. So he's in. I believe as of right now, the four confirmed are them, Jey Uso, and LA Knight. Those are the four so far. And now the five biggest moments that I saw from the Netflix premiere of Raw. Going in order. Uh, Number 5, Triple H drops the curtain on Netflix era. So there are a lot of iconic moments throughout the history of WWE that maybe you didn't think of much at the time as iconic moments. John Cena's ruthless aggression, DX invading WCW, Stone Cold Steve Austin's King of the Ring, Austin 316 interview, and CM Punk's pipe bomb come to mind as moments that grew as time passed. Chief Content Officer, the CCO, Paul Triple H Levesque, stood in the middle of the ring as the curtain dropped, following a perfectly produced cold open that will be placed in the archives of one of the most iconic moments in the company's history. It's the beginning of the Netflix era. Number 4, The Rock embracing Roman Reigns. Yeah. It was not a surprise that Rock was going to be a part of the debut. But it was how the People's Champion was going to interject himself into the bloodline, despite not showing his face since the final moments of Bad Blood in October, was maybe the most highly anticipated moment of the show. Was he going to help Solo, or was he going to help his cousin beat Solo? Was he going to take out everybody and claim the Ulafal for himself? No, no, no. Having The Rock embrace Reigns with a hug, a kiss, and I love you, following Reigns' victory over Solo to reclaim his place as the one and only tribal chief was a special moment. especially considering how Reigns and Paul Heyman seemed so skeptical of The Rock's arrival and The Rock not tipping his hand until the embrace. Did it fit with their previous interaction? Probably not, but there's still plenty of time to develop with Saturday night's main event, the Rumble, and Elimination Chamber over the next 2 months. Number three, Jey Uso's electrifying entrance. Yes, that's what WWE is all about. More than 17,000 fans on their feet for what had to be 10 minutes singing and screaming 6 words. Day one, it's just me, Oos. Day one, it's just me, Oos. And energetically getting their arms up and down as Jey Uso did that. With rapper Travis Scott made their way through said crowd to the ring to face Drew McIntyre. You had superstars in the crowd yeeting. Of course, Pat McAfee climbed up on top of the announce table to join along before a hell with it was said by Michael Cole, who also got on top of the table and did yeets. WWE does such a good job with his entrances, but nothing matched that of Jay's because of the crowd participation and how it got to an instant fever pitch. I was willing to wager with that a faction of fans in attendance would choose that as their favorite part of the show. I wonder what the new eyes on the product, with it being on Netflix now and being global, thought about the yeeting entrance. Number two, Rhea Ripley and Undertaker's fist raised. The American Badass showed up to push it a moment even further up the list. It's never a bad decision to have Undertaker a part of any WWE event, but the dead man congratulating the new title holder was an unexpected thrill. Ripley and Taker raised their fists with the camera at their back to create one of the most memorable moments that was shown over and over. It was an image that makes you wonder if you could transport Bailey back 20 years, what type of team would the American Badass and the Eradicator meet, and what chaos could they create? Interesting. Um, and number one, finally, CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, an instant classic. It was time for the performance inside the ring to match their verbal barbs, and the bout very well may have exceeded. With only 4 matches on the card and what was more of a celebratory event compared to what it might be moving forward, Punk and Rollins gave the fans a taste of how this business was built. For a lack of a better term, they beat the hell out of each other, with Punk getting the worst of it. Punk took 2 hard go-to-sleeps, a pedigree on the announce table, a vicious buckle bomb into a stomp, a dive, and a superplex. But it was Rollins who left with a bloody eye and his first loss of the new year. There was a time where their well-being was in question, but it was a match that most definitely set up a series heading down the road and delivered a fitting exclamation point to an historic night for WWE. Absolutely. It was fantastic. I mean, the entire night as a whole was a great night. I mean, I don't know. I still think there's something up with Cody in a way. Like, I really think that with Cody, uh, I think Rock might be. I think Rock might be planning something. I don't know. I feel like that something could be planned behind the scenes there. Um, but it's gonna be interesting seeing what happens. It's going to be interesting for sure. I would say personally for me, Cena's first promo of the year was a very solid promo. The biggest thing about John is that his retirement tour has begun, as I've said before. With him declaring for the Rumble, here's the situation. This isn't going to be as easy as it looks. I think in order for him to get the 17th title and break Ric Flair's record, if he doesn't win the Rumble, he's got to go through um, the chamber, the elimination chamber in Toronto in March. However, understand that if Cena wins the Rumble this year, he will tie Stone Cold Steve Austin with 3. They will be tied for the most Rumble wins in the history of WWE. Cena has 2, Randy Orton has 2, um, Edge has 2, Cody has two. Brock Lesnar has two. I think that's it. Five? Oh no, Shawn Michaels has two. Uh, Triple H has two. So what? That's seven. Yeah. Um, yeah, something like that. I believe. I believe that's the right number. Um, yeah, I believe that that is the right number. Yeah. Looking at the number. Yep. Yep. I was right. So Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, John Cena, Batista, Triple H, Randy Orton, Edge, Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes. Nine superstars in the history of the company have won two Royal Rumbles. Stone Cold Steve Austin is the only three-time winner. But Hogan, Michaels, Austin, and Cody are the only four to have won back-to-back Rumbles. Keep that in mind. The biggest thing that I look at with the Rumble this year is how could it sway the odds? That's the biggest thing I see for WWE right now is what can they do to kind of change it around, you know? But for WWE, the pieces are in place for a great year this year, for sure. There's still no word on Brock. If he comes back, it might be for the Rumble. You would think for John's retirement tour, Brock would come back, as has been a thorn in Cena's side for God knows how long. Um, the ones I think of on the retirement tour that I hope to see, names like Kurt Angle, Booker T, Rob Van Dam, maybe Edge comes back, maybe Daniel Bryan. Um, Sorry, I was just like listing off names that aren't out with the company right now. JBL, maybe JBL. Um, who else? Batista, Bobby Lashley. Yeah, probably not. Shawn Michaels, obviously, Triple H. But yeah, I think that the retirement tour for John is the big storyline here. I really do. All I can say is that I'm excited in seeing what could happen, and this is going to be a great event. This will be a great year for WWE. The Raw and SmackDown results for this week and next week I'll have for you. And as we get closer to the Rumble, if I have any updates, it'll be said right here. With that being said, this is Erik Dunn saying so long and thank you from my home in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. This has been a presentation, the very first presentation of 2025 of Falls Count Anywhere on the Rhode Island Broadcasting Network. I'm done with sports. Makes his 2025 debut tonight at 10 on 990WBOB.com and podcasted up there on Thursday mornings. 990 WBOB or Rhode Broadcasting have kicked off 2025 for me, and so has WWE. All I can tell you for my New Year's revolution for
Resolution, not revolution.
my New Year's resolution for this is hoping to get you guys to help me expand the fan base and expand the audience. Because I know I'm all WWE, but this is a year that I think for RIB and us, I think we're going to skyrocket. I think we'll find a way. I know one behind the scenes has been wanting that for a while. And anything I can do to help, and then you guys do to help us out, would just help us get to the promised land. Guys, happy New Year, happy 2025, and this is going to be one hell of a story. Take care, guys.